We are back. We're going to try to make this a super effective podcast. It's the Pokecast. What's going on, Nico?
How we doing, Josh?
I think super effective is the name of another Pokemon podcast. So not to be confused, this is part of the Nintendo Powercast here. So
I think it is too, yeah.
So as I was saying it, I was like, wait. But yeah, we're here to talk all things Pokemon. I beat the game. There's tons of Pokemon news. A lot of people in the Nintendo community are upset with what's happening with something Pokemon is doing. So before we get into it, let people know where they can connect with you.
You can find me at Nico for my YouTube, for my Switch 2 stuff. That's KNEECKOH. That's my YouTube stuff. And then my Switch 2 channel is Nico Games. So you can find me at those two channels. Lots of Pokemon, lots of Switch 2 stuff. Right now, the Switch 2 is on fire. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So you'll be seeing a lot of uploads there.
Love that. Love that. That is fantastic. Well, whew. Where do we start? So much news. I think I'm just going to kick it off with I beat the game.
There you go.
I beat the game. And did this story feel a little bit like the subject matter was not like totally for kids, or is this pretty on par for most Pokemon games in your mind?
I think it was a little more mature than, at least like Scarlet and Violet had some mature stuff in there if you were paying attention.
Right.
But this game, yeah, especially like after like the big finale, like that scene you get, I was like, oh, I was not ready for that. That was very unexpected.
Yeah.
Not to spoil it for anybody, but yeah, it was something that caught me way off guard.
For some reason, I kind of had a gut feeling, but was just like this is supposed to be a kid's game. You know what I mean? That's what everybody always says. And I'm like, huh. So I want to talk real quick. Pacing. Like I sat on Saturday and I was like, okay, I was kind of forced to just not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, well then I'm beating this game. And I was like rank C maybe. And then I had to do B, then A, and then the finale, right? And so I didn't stop till it was done.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about the pacing? I feel like doing that long of a stretch, I was a little bit like, okay, this game works in short bursts, but when it's like 3 mega, do the trainers, do the like,
yes.
I was like, I think a little bit of maybe just a tad more variety. Maybe there was some with some of those side missions where you were like going off, not the side missions, but like where you were going to find, like you couldn't do the battle because you had to go help so-and-so find another character or whatever. Like I was like, okay, that kind of broke up the monotony, but I feel like towards the last little bit there, I was like, does this need a little bit more? Or was I just going for too long and needed to give it a little break?
I definitely feel like there was an issue. I noticed it like when you're doing the main missions, you're doing the rogue mega evolution battles and you're going and you're like, okay, things are getting intense. We're taking down these big megas. And then it's like, okay, to progress the story, you have to rank up in the ZA Royale. But then I was like, okay, I've been doing mega evolution battles for the last, half an hour to an hour. And I haven't done any of the nighttime battle stuff. So now I have to go grind the nighttime battles, which takes me out of the story to then rank up to continue the story. So I felt like there was just some off balance stuff as far as like finishing the main missions to then having to do the night battles to then actually continue the story, where I feel like the night battle should have been there and maybe just put some like more fun rewards behind that, maybe something else behind that, and not tied it so heavily to the story. I get why they did it with how the story played out, but it just felt like having to earn all the points to then rank up to continue the story when like big story beats were happening just felt like very off.
I got you. Yeah. I mean, not to take away from the overall enjoyment. Like I had a really good time with it. I was just at one point I was like, I want to be like, I was hitting that wall where I'm like, I want to be wrapped up here.
Yeah.
And I think there was also that, like, I was ready for end game. That's another factor in there. Like, I want to start like just working on like building doing the Pokedex and, doing all that kind of stuff. And so it was all definitely a factor. Overall, had a great time with it. I'm working on a review right now. Like it was a ton of fun. I highly recommend. Uh, you know, we the only thing we have to talk about, and I have a video. I'm going to make a video for it today. The human ladder.
Oh yeah. That was good. I liked that.
That's all I'm gonna say. When you get there, you will know. And it was just like I was like, this is so cool. It was so bizarre because there's these highs and these lows and this super quirky like this is a comedy and then like yo this is super serious like what is going on, this lore is wild. And I gotta say, the again, no spoilers, but I loved the way that you fought the final battle. Like
Yes.
I just loved it.
Yeah.
It that I don't know. It was giving like I don't know why, but it was kind of given some like Transformers slash Power Rangers. Like there
Yeah.
was just kind of this. It felt like it was scratching the '80s kid brain that I have inside of me. Still, I was like, this was good.
I can kind of see the comparison there, like with how it played out. Like they gave it like a Megazord kind of feel to it, you know?
Yes, yeah, and I loved that. So, well, let's get into anything you want to add to that before we get into like the news.
No, I think we got it.
All right. Well, Ranked Season 2 is live, and I'm gonna let you say the names of these two Pokemon because I couldn't get it right last time. So
Okay, so Xerneas and Eviltal are allowed in play now. And Mega Delphox is allowed in play now. Those are the 3 new Pokemon that were added in Ranked Season 2. So the 2 legendaries. Zygarde's still banned. We can't use Zygarde yet. But the 2 main legendaries from X and Y and Mega Delphox, because that is the seasonal reward. You can also get the Mega Greninja Stone at rank Y in this season. Originally, that wasn't supposed to be included. They changed it. And we can get Mega Delphox at rank S, which is way lower than it was previously, which I think is a good thing. For people that aren't interested in playing competitive, you can just hop in, play a couple battles, and get your stones. I like that a lot personally.
do you feel like I can see both sides of this? I feel like it's cool to reward the people that are members of NSO that are playing online. Like it gives reason to jump in. I see the flip side of it of people that are like, I have no desire to play online, but I don't want to be left out. You know, it's like it's such a tricky thing to navigate to try to keep everybody happy.
I don't like it. I don't like that the megas are even tied to competitive play at all. It's a game about mega evolution. Why are we locking stuff behind the battle? Put it as a reward for the ZA Royale. Say if you get, X amount of wins in the post game in ZA Royale, then you get your stone. That's a reward, a carrot on the stick to keep doing that in the post game, right? That's fine because you don't need NSO, you don't need anything else. I just don't like if you don't like the online battles, you don't want to train your team up, you don't want to play online, you don't want to pay for NSO, whatever. I don't think the game that ties Mega Evolution to its core so much should lock them behind. I mean, the catchphrase used to be "gotta catch them all." It's like "gotta catch them all." Maybe if you have NSO now, right? Like or buy the DLC. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can see both sides of it. I like that there's some kind of a reward there, but it sounds like from somebody that has a better finger on the pulse of the community, a different reward might be better.
Yeah, I think that how they changed the rewards this season, they actually did update things. So now if you're getting first, second, and third place, you have a chance at getting bottle caps. And I did a ton of battles. I'm back in rank A. I got back in rank A like the first day of the season. And I was getting first place. My team that I used, I got all the way from rank R to rank A with all first place except for one exception. I got second place in one battle because somebody sniped a KO last second. And I was loaded on bottle caps. I had like 8 gold bottle caps and like 12 normal bottle caps. Like I had so many. And then we're also getting like nuggets as rewards and stuff that you can sell. So like by the time I finished that, I had like 100 something like nuggets to sell, and it gave me like close to $1 million when I sold everything that I
Oh
earned.
wow.
So
Okay.
like I was just by playing the game, I was getting rewarded with things that I needed to continue playing, and that is way more interesting to me personally than the Megastones.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
so I think they could even improve it further, add some additional stuff like more mega shards and things like that. But the changes that they did make, I really like, and that to me is a bigger deal than the Megastone.
So anything tied to like, uh, what if a reward was a particular shiny Pokemon or something like that?
That doesn't bother
Like,
me. That
okay, so
that's
that's a
because
little
they've
bit.
done that in the past where there's been tournaments online and it's like if you sign up for the tournament and you do 3 battles, you don't have to win, you don't have to lose, you just need 3 battles. Then you get the shiny Pokemon reward after the tournament's over.
Got it.
That's totally fine because people can sign up, take in, their Pidgey and Pikachu, and then they can surrender 3 games and then they can get their shiny reward. Like they don't even have to play the battle out. They can just hop in, surrender. It takes like 2 minutes to do. Um, I don't mind that, especially because shiny Pokemon don't provide any value outside of them just being shiny. Like if you don't care about shiny Pokemon, you don't even have to sign up for the tournament because you don't care, right?
Right, right.
But like with something like a mega, that could be like meta altering, meta changing. I don't like that being locked.
Understood. Okay. I get a little bit better. Like I said, I'm on the side of like I do like that there are rewards for doing it, but
Yep.
it sounds like overall they could come up with something a bit better
Yeah, they could come up with something more
that doesn't
interesting.
exclude because you're essentially excluding part of the community that
Like I
way.
think what would be cool for rank A, because like we can't shiny hunt the legendary Pokemon in this game. Like if you hit rank A, you get shiny Xerneas in season 1, and then if you hit rank A in season 2, you could get a shiny Eviltoll. Like that would be way cooler in my opinion than the
Mhm.
megas because we can't shiny hunt those. So like gives you a good carrot on the stick to be like, okay, I'm gonna get rank A, top rank, and then I get the shiny. If I don't do it, whatever, I can get the shiny in like another game, Pokemon Go, Sword and whatever game, right? Um, but that would be, in my opinion, a more enticing reward.
Got it. Okay, cool. Very cool. Well, let's see. Digging back into the news here, it looks like we have Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimensions DLC had a new trailer and a release date of December 10th, which we were thinking like closer to spring, right?
I was thinking like
Initially.
closer to Pokemon Day around February, sometime in there.
Yeah, yeah. So December just got a lot more busy.
Yeah, no joke. There wasn't already enough stuff to play on the Switch in December. Now we got to play Pokemon DLC too.
Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, we have just kind of a little bit of rapid fire here, and we'll dig into the DLC a bit more. But we got a mystery gift for the Mega Deoncé. Did I say it right?
Yep.
Hey, there we go. I'm learning. I'm going to get these down. You get the Mega Stone, and it will unlock a side mission after beating the game. And I have to do this. Since I finished the game, I need to go and grab this mystery gift.
Yeah, I just grabbed the mystery gift. I haven't done the mission yet, but apparently also, which I found out later, Deoncé is also available in online play now, so you can use that in rank battles this season as well, which we didn't know because it wasn't in the game until the mystery gift came out.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so that's available to play as well.
So before we jump into the DLC, is this par for the course? Like the amount of Pokemon and then a slow drip feed of new Pokemon kind of getting thrown into the mix. Like I feel like the DLC for Scarlet and Violet bring more, and also wasn't there a lot more in that game to begin with?
So this game has 230 Pokemon, plus Deoncé, so that'd be like 231 now. Um, I feel like that's about on par with what was in Scarlet and Violet
Mm,
at launch, at least close to what was in Scarlet and Violet. Um, the major differences being like, and this is pretty typical, the last couple generations with like especially competitive play where like with Scarlet and Violet, they had like the paradox Pokemon and the Pokemon that were like revamped and had like the from the future or the past that you caught at the end of the game. Um those were locked until the second season of ranked play in that game. So you could only use the stuff that was in like the base Pokedex. And then in the second season, we could use those Pokemon. In the
mm,
third season, they added like the 4 ruinous legendary Pokemon. And then that's kind of how they do it is they each season they change which Pokemon are available from the decks. With this game in particular, it seems like they're doing it at a much more rapid pace.
Okay.
Because like normally we wouldn't have legendary Pokemon in play yet. Um, I have some theories about that, but we can talk about that when we get to the DLC stuff. I think one more thing from the news, because we were going to record this episode earlier and had to postpone the Pokopia stuff that came out
Oh,
today.
yes,
We kind
yes,
of have to
yes.
talk about this. So we got the news that Pokopia is coming on March 5th of 2026, which is I was not anticipating it coming so early. I think that's really cool. It also means that Pokemon Day is probably going to be all about champions in Gen 10. Um, which is exciting. But the big thing that came out of this was Nintendo also posted a video breaking down game key cards today and how game key cards work. And the game that they used for the example game key card was Pokopia, making it the first Nintendo first party game to be a game key card.
Yeah, yeah, that's everybody's so thrilled about this. Also, the price. Like, were you a little surprised at the $70 price tag?
No, not really.
No.
I kind of anticipate it's Pokemon. It was going to be $70. I mean, I think of it this way: this game is Pokemon Animal Crossing. If we got a new Animal Crossing today, it would be $70. So, to me, that just kind of makes sense.
I think it showed like one of their side projects, so I just assumed like $40.
Yeah,
and digital only. I didn't anticipate like a retail release. I assumed it was going to be digital only, but this is in line with like the mystery dungeon kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that's essentially how to look at it. Now I'm very curious how much content is here. Is the $70 justified?
From what I saw, I don't know if this was confirmed or not. I was just on Twitter after everything and looking at the fires that were starting, and um everybody was I saw a couple tweets, and I don't know if this was confirmed or anything, but like there was a couple things saying that this game was planned, and maybe this came from the big leak that happened. I don't know. That this game was planned to have a lot of content updates that would be coming down the road, and they were planning to support this game for a few years at least. So there would be more additional updates, very similarly to how Animal Crossing did when that launched on Switch. So I kind of think that's kind of the game plan, is they're going to make this their Animal Crossing.
Mm.
So I think long term, the value will be there, especially if it's free updates. Similarly to how Animal Crossing did. But yeah, I think just depending on how many Pokemon there and like what we actually can do in this game, because we know very little. If it's as robust as Animal Crossing is, I think it's fine at $70.
Yeah, what I said on this morning's show was that like if it's a solid base game, and then like once like Animal Crossing, you get to 5 stars. And then it's kind of let me check in daily, see what's in the shop, catch a few fish, do it, like start like wrapping things up. If it plays like that, I think that's great, where it's like it has a very long tail. I don't have to like invest a ton of time after the initial, like after my whole island is built, or however it ends up being. Like the in one aspect of it, the $70 price tag excites me because it seems like there could be a whole lot more to this than just like a throwaway kind of one and done. That like this could be a thing. And I'm wondering if it's the kind of thing that like the more they were working on it, they were like, yo, we have something special here.
Yeah.
Like, and hopefully the community agrees. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's what it looks like.
I saw this as well, and I'm assuming this also came from one of the leaks, because they got hacked or whatever last year and it came out. But apparently this game's been in development longer than Gen 10. So it sounds like they've been working on it for a really long time.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that is the case, where they were doing it as a fun like little passion project, and they're like, oh, we got something here, and then they just kept trucking along on it.
Yeah, I love that. I'm very hopeful it's something amazing. And I mean, mixing Animal Crossing and Pokemon and Minecraft, essentially, like, other than that Ditto is kind of weird looking as a human.
It's very weird looking, yeah.
Like nightmare fuel. But
do you care it's a key card? I gotta ask the question.
So I don't.
Yeah. It's
a 10 gig game. All key cards mean for me is that it's a digital purchase.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Like that's it. And there's a good chance that Nintendo will end up sending it to me anyway. right?
Mhm.
So, and so, I mean, obviously, my opinion is somewhat like, I don't know if biased is the term or just almost invalid. If I'm getting the game sent to me, you know what I mean? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? When it comes to games that aren't that are key cards that I'm not being sent though, I'm I'm just buying. If it's going to fill up space on my SD card and I could lose the cart
Yes.
potentially, there's no reason,
Yeah.
you know. And music, movies, like we live in a digital world. Like
Yeah.
there's no way around it. Do I wish everything was physical? Sure. Like, yeah, I like the physical collection. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This game would have fit on an old Switch 1 card. Like it's 10 gigs, you
Mhm.
know. So, yeah, I don't know what the thought process is there. Obviously, it's more money. It's a second party game, so they're splitting,
Yeah.
they're splitting revenue. So,
I feel the same way. Like key cards in general, like if I see it's a key card, I'll probably just buy it digitally unless there's like a deal like with the Resident Evil packs that are coming up. There's like that big bundle for $90 and you get all 3 games that are key cards. Like that's a good deal. And I don't know that that's coming digitally. So I'd rather buy that and save myself, 40 bucks or whatever it'd be to buy all of those games. So there's a couple instances or like Madden, a yearly release. I don't care if it's a key card. I want to trade that game in and get the new one in the next year. So like that's kind of the way I've been dealing with it. But yeah, to me the key card thing is just way blown out of proportion.
it it is, and I'm empathetic and I understand, like I get it. Like it's, there are those that are kicking and screaming wanting their physical games. And like, uh, let's say for the anniversary next year for Pokemon, if they do a release of like the Gen 1, like not necessarily remakes, but just even like a remaster or whatever,
Yeah.
I would be pretty bummed if that wasn't an actual physical release. Like, especially since it could potentially not have a ton of space
Hmm.
on the card. And then two, just like that is part of the nostalgia of all of it. Like going to the toy store, the electronics store, and getting that cardboard box. And like, they did uh, Nintendo did something really fun with Samus Returns on the 3DS, and you could reverse the sleeve in the case to make it look like the box for the Game Boy game.
Yeah.
And so that kind of stuff adds some overall fun to it, and like, would definitely love. Yeah, and even if it's a collector's edition or something like that, that's far more
Yeah.
appealing. But with those collector's editions, I don't want to code in there
Yeah.
necessarily. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I say it's blown out of proportion. Don't get it twisted. I'm a physical guy. I've got like 60 Switch games behind me, and like any game that has like the free upgrade to the Switch 2 version that's physical on the Switch 1 card, I'll buy the Switch 1 and just upgrade it. So I have the game physically. So I still prefer physical, but yeah, I mean, looking at the other consoles like Xbox and PlayStation, they've been doing this for 2 generations now, and I've just gone digital on them. Like I just accepted where we're going. So with Nintendo, I still buy physical when I can, but like I'm not kicking and screaming like being that I have the other 2 consoles and that's just where they've gone. I'm just already accustomed to this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm kind of in the same boat. And I believe me, the convenience of digital is
Oh
so
yeah.
nice. Like
Yes.
is so nice. Because the other day we were trying to fire up Animal Crossing, the two of us, and I went to her game, hit the button, and it was like insert the cart. I was like, "Oh, I got to go find this now." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was just, and it's, I mean, first world problem, right? It's not
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world, but still it was just like there's definite convenience to the digital life. There's no
Yeah.
no question there. So, well, DLC news. Kick this off. You pretty excited?
Yeah, I'm actually very excited. Like we said earlier, though, busy time. Like, man, there's so many games that are coming out that month. So having Pokemon on top of it, just crazy. But yeah, with the release date of December 10th, that's really exciting. I already pre-ordered it, so I'm locked in and ready to go for it. I I am a little interested in the release date, and I talked about this earlier when we brought it up. I almost feel like this is just like they rushed it. Um, they rushed it up because this is the last of ZA. Like ZA gets its DLC 2 months after launch, and then it's done. Like that's the cherry on top for this game because like 2 months after that is Pokemon Day, and then we're gonna get Champions, and we got Gen 10 coming, and now Pokopia. I think this is it for ZA, and that's why they moved it up so that way it could have its moment, and then the other games come out, and it's just we leave it behind.
How do you feel about like the way not only this, but kind of the way Nintendo's been handling DLC for a couple of these games now? Like Donkey Kong is kind of like a roguelike.
Yeah,
Splatoon 3,
yeah.
also a roguelike. And now Pokemon is getting like a roguelike. So it's almost like you're paying $30 for a different game,
Game and experience, yeah.
like not necessarily additional content to the base game, but like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Or is it not like, obviously it's going to differ between, who you're talking to, but like, I'm not a huge roguelike fan. So
Mm.
like I enjoy the Donkey Kong DLC. I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool. The Splatoon DLC, I'm like, okay, it's pretty cool. But like, are they gonna miss some of the best parts of Pokemon by doing this? As far as like adding more Pokemon, adding more spots to go capture these Pokemon, that kind of thing.
So I'm on the opposite side of the fence. I love roguelites. I think they're
Okay.
awesome. But I feel like with the DLC, they have to be interesting enough and different enough to warrant them. So like with Donkey Kong, I enjoyed it for the time I played it, and I thought it was fine for the price point it was at, but it's not something I actively return to. Um, Same can be said for Splatoon. I thought Splatoon was fun. It was cool. Um, the interesting thing with Pokemon is they're doing like a whole new dex. Like there's a bunch of new Pokemon that are in the DLC that aren't in ZA base game. So like I don't know how many exactly are added, but there's a ton there. So that's really enticing because that changes the meta. We catch a bunch of the new Pokemon. There's probably a mega dimension Pokedex that we'll have, and we'll be able to go and finish a whole new Pokedex, right, in the DLC.
Mm.
And then doing the different roguelite missions will probably take us to different areas that'll have different Pokemon that we can then catch to fill that. So there's like that carrot on the stick where like especially with like they showed off the donuts, you make the donuts and that changes what level you go to in the roguelike aspect of the game, which will likely change which Pokemon are spawning. So you're like combining these different things to get the Pokemon that you're looking for. There's like this big hunt to like finish that dex. And I think that's really interesting. And I think that'll add like a lot of replay value to whatever's going on there. But we also saw that like the Pokemon in the DLC are above level 100, which has never been done before. Um,
Mm.
which means that it's going to be a lot more challenging, which increases that replayability where it's like, okay, I have to like actually train and change my team to figure out how I'm going to handle this particular level. Um, and go in and do that and like try to catch the Pokemon that way. Cause it looked like I was watching the trailer back this morning, and it looks like there's like challenges like catch an alpha Pokemon on this run or catch, fire type Pokemon on this run. Stuff like that is kind of what you're doing on each, but like with them being, level 140, level 160, that's going to be really tough because you got to take them out first. And that is very interesting. We don't know if our Pokemon can go above level 100 or not. So it'll be very, very cool to see how that actually plays out.
There's going to be another stone that if you hold it, you can take it above 100. But
That'd be cool.
if you take it away,
That'd
like
be cool. I Yeah, I think for Pokemon with how it looks like this game is going to work. I think the roguelite's a lot more interesting than it has been in previous Nintendo DLCs.
I like what you're saying, honestly. Like that aspect of like running around catching more, like I think if something is going to pull me in, it will be the like a Pokemon roguelike. Like that would be
Mhm.
something that I'm like, no, I'm down with that. Like
Yeah.
you're running around catching Pokemon anyway. So now if there's another little carrot on the stick, of course, like
Yeah,
like
and
like why not?
like I was saying, I at least when I was watching the trailer back, I didn't see any Pokemon that were already in the game. So it looks like these are all fresh Pokemon.
Got it. Now they won't be exclusive to the DLC though, right? Like when they do a DLC, they open up the Pokedex for everybody.
So the way they've done it in the past is you can only catch them yourself if you have the DLC. However, they don't like limit trading. So like say I buy the DLC and you do not, I can
Yeah.
catch the Pokemon and then trade them to you. And they become available for you.
Got it. Okay. Because I was going to say, you can't leave the community out like that. Like that.
Yeah, that's how they've done it in the past. So like I would just trade people that didn't buy the DLC the stuff they needed to like play competitive and stuff like that.
Understood. Okay. Cool. Well, I think it's worth noting the handful of new Mega Evolutions, and then we got, what is it, Raichu, X and Y. So like, explain to me like I'm five. What I obviously I think I have X on my 3DS, but those it's just like the Charizard thing where there's an
Yep.
X and Y for
Yep. Just
like.
two different mega evolutions.
Got it. And is there a lot that have that, or is this a first time for this particular
It's
Pokemon?
Raichu, Charizard, and Mewtwo. Those are the only ones.
Ah, interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. And it looks like uh a Mega Baxcalibur, is that how you say it? Will
Yes.
be ranked season 4 reward.
Yeah.
Is that a Pokemon you're pretty stoked about?
Yeah, actually it's one of my favorites from Scarlet and Violet. I was really excited that it got a mega evolution. I really like that Pokemon, really Godzilla looking, so it vibes with me. But I was surprised just because how new Excalibur is that it got a mega evolution. So I thought that was really cool. Uh, I don't know what they're gonna do with the ranked rewards though, because like seeing that this was a ranked reward for season 4, I was like, gosh, what do we do after this? Like, what other megas are they gonna lock behind the ranked? How many more ranked seasons are we gonna get? Is kind of where my head went immediately seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the fact that DLC is coming, we don't know if there's another DLC pack, and we know Champions is very close. It's on the horizon. So like, are we gonna keep getting new seasonal support in this game once Champions comes out, or do they just here we got to season 6 and that's it? You know,
Do you think that's possible that they'd stop at 6?
I think it's likely if they I think they go maybe they go to season 7 and season seven's like the blanket like we're done updating kind of thing. Um They've done that in the past with like Sword and Shield. I think I don't remember what it was called, if it was like Series 13 or something in that game, where like we knew the new game was on the horizon. They didn't have more stuff they wanted to do. This was like the blanket, like forever update that was like, this is what you play now for online play, and that's it. So my assumption would be with this, we get to like season 6, maybe there's a reward for 5 and 6 like there is for, everything we've had so far, and then we get to season 7 and it's like, this is it, all the Pokemon are available, have fun, this is the end of ZA.
I see. Do you think they would continue, like, do you think they would start the seasons over so that like,
Probably not. I just don't see them once it's done. I see them going full steam ahead on Champions.
but as far as like, so I don't mean adding anything new, but like just like keeping the seasons going, but it's just these are the only mega stones you're going to unlock, like so that new players coming in could potentially unlock those, or do you think they'll be trapped to
Maybe
time?
maybe they'll do that, or maybe they'll just put them in as like mystery gifts once it's done, and just be like, here now that if you buy the game now, you just claim the mystery gift and
I
you
see.
have those Pokemon. I could see that being a thing.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, speaking of ranked battle, season 2 ranked battle is here. And I think I got to J. I think is as high as I got, I think. So I got a few rewards. I was like, hey, I was like planning on grinding it out the last day, and then it was like, this season has ended. I was like, well, okay. I guess I'm not gonna do I guess I'm going back to single player. So that's what I did. From the notes here, start back at Z, got to rank up to A. Looks like new ranked rewards. More items have been given out as rewards for winning battles. Just like just like we brought up last episode, bottle caps can
Yep.
be obtained in first, second, and third place. Gold bottle caps can be obtained in first place, along with other items like increased mega shards, gold nuggets to sell, rare candies, and now we're getting resources we need to train our Pokemon, as well as passively earning in-game money by playing ranked. So a lot of the stuff you mentioned early, like at the front of the episode. Any are there any other changes that you'd like to see when it comes to ranked?
Um, there's a couple things. I noticed this as I was playing. So like I said earlier, adding just more rank rewards, like what's the point of like gatekeeping all these items? I don't really get it. Like just give us a ton of bottle caps. Like we're getting a decent amount now. I'm happy with the amount, but like just load us up. Like it doesn't do anything negative to the game to give us a bunch. Um, so give us just increase that item amount even more, make it even more enticing. Cause like if I could just play ranked and not do anything else in ZA, I totally would. And just be able to go and like train my teams up off of all the resources I got from playing ranked. That would be my preferred method of playing the game. So just increasing the rewards even further would be good. But the other thing I noticed and that I'm getting tired of is every battle's at night, and I get it because it's like the ZA Royale thing. Um, but we're doing trainer battles. Like we're battling like other people online. Just like throw a couple environments during the day just to shake things up from battle to battle. That would be really
Mm,
nice. Stuff like that would help, I think, a lot.
gotcha. Yeah, I think I mean kind of on the same in the same vein, but like why isn't there PvE? Why aren't we able to jump in as a team and go take on rogue evolutions like that
Yeah.
or mega
Yeah.
evolutions?
I talked about that in my review for the game where like that was like something they marketed so crazy heavily and then they just took it away. And like you don't really do it in the end game at all. And I'm like, why was this such a highlight and something that was so cool that was brought in and you're just not letting us partake in it? And I thought when I said it earlier about like taking away the mega stones from ranked play, like what would have been so cool is like they would have added rogue mega evolutions for Greninja and Delphox and Chespin and all these Pokemon that are getting these new megas, um, giving us a rogue mega evolution where we could team up with other people to take them down, maybe make them a little harder than they were in the story mode. And then we could go in with our friends and try and take them down. And maybe they make it like a group effort. They've done this in the past where it's like if you take down 1,000,000 mega Greninja, everybody gets the Greninja stone. Like they've done that tons of times in the past with like raid battles in Scarlet and Violet and raid battles in Sword and Shield. That would have been way more enticing to me personally than what they've done with the ranked play rewards.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, let's get into the meta changes. You seeing with Mega Delphox, Xerneas, and Vitel. Have you played with them? Are they any good?
I really like Mega Delphox. Very powerful. Um, that was the Pokemon I went from rank R to A without losing, getting lower than second place. I had all first place and one second place from
Wow.
R to A.
Got it.
I used that with Xerneas. Xerneas is by far and away the best legendary in this game. Uh, I've tried Yveltal and it doesn't feel good. There's too many weaknesses. It just doesn't hit hard enough to make it feel good. Um, just yeah, too many things that counter it too heavily that it just doesn't feel very solid as a Pokemon on a team. But Xerneas is very, very popular. People really like it. It hits very hard. It has a lot of coverage moves, so it's very good to have like splashable coverage and be able to knock out a bunch of stuff. Um, so yeah, I think that's really good. But we are seeing some shifts in the meta, even like from the time this started, ranked season 2 started to now. Xerneas was everywhere, and I'm seeing quite a dip in Xerneas already. Like people have figured out counters, and people are like, it's just not worth bringing anymore. So I'm gonna bring something else to counter the new stuff.
Ah, got it. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, that's going to take us right into our Pokemon of the week, which is Delphox.
Yeah, so Delphox being the ranked reward, we figured we'd talk about Delphox. It is the Fox Pokemon. It is a fire psychic type. Its stats are 75 HP, 69 attack, 72 defense, 114 special attack, 100 special defense, and 104 speed, making it very frail but a very powerful special attacker. Its ZA Pokedex entry reads, using its psychic power, it generates a fiery vortex of 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit, incinerating foes swept in this whirl of flame. The Mega Evolution, the big changes it got were a big buff to its special attack, going from the 114 to 159, making it really powerful. But it also got a little buff in its special defense, giving it a 25-point boost from 100 to 125. And this just makes it able to deal even more damage. Like I ran this without any like boosting moves, so I didn't boost the special attack on it, and I just ran all damage moves, and I was just deleting Pokemon with this. It just is a very significant jump in its special attack. Um, so that's really fun. And then the question tied to our Pokemon of the week is how are you using Delphox? What Pokemon are you pairing it with? How are you using it on your teams if you are playing competitive? That's kind of where we're getting at with this question here.
What's a Delphox again? How do you get it? it is one I'm going to find after beating the game, correct?
Yeah. I think it's in zone 18. Its first form is, I think, on a rooftop in 18.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I got to go out and catch one. That's goal number one for me. And then I'm opening the rest of the team of the week here. Hopefully I have a few of them. And I'm noticing even like, you got like the is it the life orb and like the expert belt? Like those are acquired through side missions, right?
You can get them through side missions, or you can go to the construction site and buy them once you beat the game. They sell them for like, I think, $5,000 in game. So you just go to the construction site and there's two dudes in there that are selling the items for the competitive battles.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. So looking at the team where we got Delphox, Xerneas, and Skarmory. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know that I have any of these yet.
Well, Xerneas you can't catch till the end game, so you're there now. You can go catch it.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's one of the legendary. But then yeah, so okay, so I gotta put this together. How are we running this team? Like what's the strat here?
So Xerneas is the lead. I have that in the first slot because it's pretty bulky. Legendary Pokemon just have a lot higher stats naturally, so it's really safe to lead it and then be able to set up Geomancy. That's its big move that it gets, where it boosts its special attack and its special defense, making it even more bulky and hit harder. But it also actually increases its movement speed, which I found to be very useful, because I can cast it and it has like a really long cast time. So I can lock onto something, cast Geomancy, and then while that's casting, I can move my character. So once it gets the speed buff, it can catch up to me really quick, and then it can shoot off an attack in another direction. Rather than like if I ran like Calm Mind or something in that slot, it would have to take a longer amount of time to get to me to then use that attack.
Got you. Okay.
So I've been leading with that. I have Focus Blast, Thunderbolt, and Moonblast on it. Moonblast, it gets the same type attack bonus because it's fairy type. Thunderbolt's just good coverage for a lot of stuff in the format right now. Like Gyarados is still popular. There's a lot of water types that are popular. Flying types are still pretty good, like Charizard and Skarmory. So just good coverage there. And then Focus Blast, because this thing is weak to Steel, I'm able to hit Steel type super effective with Focus Blast. So that's kind of the coverage options with this Pokemon. And this thing is super strong. Like I was just knocking out Pokemon left, right, and center with this thing after I got set up with Geomancy. Really, really strong.
Got it. Okay. That's super cool. Like I want to run the ranks this week with this team. So I will definitely put some time into it. Are you seeing, and which one did you say you're leading with?
Xerneas.
Okay. And I'm assuming there's a bit, I mean, it doesn't really matter where you put your second or third, because you can just, you can pick however you want. So do you find you're pulling the Delphox out more or the Skarmory?
Delphox for sure. So the Delphox is running Heatwave, Solar Beam, Psychic, and Flamethrower. Heatwave and Flamethrower gets stabbed for good fire type attacks, deals a lot of damage. Psychic, again, it gets the same type attack bonus for being a fire psychic type. Solar Beam was the interesting one that I threw on there as just like a flex pick for the move, because like I was like, how do I deal with water types that are going to be super annoying for Delphox? And my main objective with this team is use Xerneas and Skarmory to kind of just be bulky and annoying for whatever's on the field. And when I gain enough Mega Energy, bring in Delphox because of how weak and frail it is, and go for the Mega Evolution to just get a bunch of KOs really quickly and let it die. So I kind of do it that way. And the thing about Solar Beam is when you use it when you're not Mega Evolved, or if you don't use the plus move, it takes forever to charge. But if you're Mega Evolved, it's an instant cast. So I was mega evolving, looking at a Greninja, clicking Solar Beam, and one-shotting it. And it
Nice.
was
Okay.
very, very fun and satisfying to do. So it turned out to be a really useful move. And Delphox like was just there was one, I think it was in my video for it. I mega evolved it and I took all 3 players off the field.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really, really fun Pokemon. And then Skarmory felt like the weak link on the team. I am running it with Brave Bird, Ironhead, Drill Run, and Swords Dance with an expert belt, so it gets bonus damage if you hit something with a super effective attack. And it did feel like the weak link, but for the coverage I needed on this team, it still did its job just fine. Where like I was bringing it out enough that I was like, there's not a better Pokemon that I could put in this slot and get the same results.
I see.
So I was still really liking it. It just, yeah, I definitely noticed. I was like, man, this Pokemon's not doing as much as the other 2, but it's fine. It's doing what it needs to for the team.
Nice. Okay. I love it. Well, I think that's it. We got another Pokecast under our belts here. And you did say you had a video for this team of the week?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so head on over to it's the Nico channel, not Nico Games, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Nico channel, and check out the video there. We'll put a link in the description and the show notes and stuff, so you guys can check that out if you want. And we got some we have some. We're still gonna do some of these battles. We have more planned here too, right? Like
Yep.
you wanna tease that? We might even have a few other guests joining us.
Yeah, we're workshopping the battle vid that we did together, trying to figure out how to make it a little more interesting. We've got an idea for like a holiday themed one coming up. That seems like it could be fun. We got a couple guys that I've worked with before on the Pokemon channel that are interested in doing it. And we're gonna do like a free for all battle. It sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. We just got to work out some of the kinks still.
Dibs on Cloud Turkey. Yep, I saw. I don't even know its real name. I've always just called it Cloud Turkey. It looks like a bird with clouds for wings.
It's got to be Altaria. That's got to be.
That is. That's Cloud Turkey. Yep. Yeah. My girlfriend was. Is that one that you fight in the? Is it the Mega Evolutions?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it is. Yeah. She was fighting it. I was like, oh, you're fighting Cloud Turkey. She was like, what? So yeah, that's my holiday pick is Cloud Turkey. So, well, cool, man. Let people know again real quick where they can connect with you.
Yeah, Pokemon channel is Nico, and then the Switch 2 channel is Nico Games. I'm at Nico Gaming on everything else. You can find me on socials there.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for listening, and remember, play loud.